Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Nancy Beth. And let me read what she wrote, because this is going to be part Kekistan Special Report, part Baby Boomers, a lot of Baby Boomer, and Meatnormous. And I'm going to tie in how it all relates to OJ and why. Finally got my finger on why the whole OJ thing pissed me off so much. Hi, Ollie. It's Nancy Beth. I made a donation to keep this channel going, so would you please use it to sponsor someone's story or a Trump video, even just a mini Trump video for the donation I made. Your channel not continuing is an unthinkable horror, as you have clarified so much of what we subscribers have gone through in life. Having others to relate to is a powerful motivator to start living our lives the way we're supposed to. If I could get back all the money I paid out to therapists that just didn't get it and hand it over to you, it would be more than well deserved. Thank you again, and please, if any of you can donate anything, we must keep the channel going. As there is always that one story that will click with someone listening and quite literally save their lives. Thank you again, Nancy Beth. Well, thank you, Nancy, for the support. I appreciate it. The OJ situation is, I think, why it bothered me so much. And I know why it bothered me so much is because it is the perfect example of the baby boomer generation's arrogance and lies. And it just, to me, it just encapsulates everything that they're about and everything that's fucking wrong with society. And how the narcissism of the baby boomer generation, it all relates to this. It all relates. Here's why. OJ Simpson's obviously a double murderer. Okay, now I had to go back, put myself back in 1994 for when that was all happening. Now, it was entertaining to watch me because I was 23 years old, 22, 21, 22, 94. So I was 22, 23 years old at the time. Now, again, making me Gen X. And I remember now, I never understood at the time why the feverishness of it all. I get it, it's a double murder. Horrific thing. And it's because I never saw O.J. Simpson play a game. And I'm 44 years old. I'm going on 45 years old. I don't know O.J. Simpson, the Hall of Famer, the record breaker. I don't know that guy. I know O.J. Simpson from Hertz commercials, movies, slapstick comedy. Kind of like a B-roll guy. Funny, but never really put much thought into him. O.J. Simpson is a baby boomer idol, is a baby boomer icon. And of course, it was the baby boomers pushing all this. Not that the OJ thing, when it went down, wasn't entertaining as fuck. It was. I remember exactly where I was for the OJ chase. I was in a bar in Bergenfield with this chick. I was dating Allison, who worked in the Milford ShopRite. And it was during the playoffs. The Rangers were going. The Rangers were in the championship. The Knicks were in the championship. So that was going, and then you had the OJ. We're watching this OJ chase on these big screens in this bar, and at the time, you had the peak of the Howard Stern show, so he was into it, and it was like this great time, and then you're listening to Captain Janks calling in and pranking ABC News, Al Michaels. I see the OJ, and he looks scared. It was a great time. But I never understood Okay, like why are we so hyper focused on this one on this one guy murdering these two people? And the media was distracting us back then as well. This is another baby boomer. That's why you saw wall-to-wall coverage. Because this is important to the baby boomers. But should it be? Should OJ really be all that important to anyone? Well, he murdered two people. He cut their heads off, left them for dead. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He murdered two people. Okay? And not this, obviously, O.J. Simpson is a narcissistic sociopath, without a doubt. Without a doubt, you could see it by watching him. But like I said, that's low-hanging fruit. Just to sit here and talk about the narcissism of O.J. Simpson is too easy. It's too easy. See, O.J. is just nothing more than another baby boomer distraction. Because though he brutally murdered two people, his wife and her boyfriend, if we're going to stop and we're going to be honest about it, okay, that was a crime. Probably some calculation, but mostly of passion and rage. You don't nearly cut somebody's head off. Okay, if it was just about murder, you shoot them. You don't hack apart two people like that. That is losing control in a rage because of people you are in a specific conflict with. Doesn't excuse it. Doesn't say she deserved it. Not saying OJ was right at all. At all. But we have a system of justice where every murder isn't the same. As bloody and as disgusting as it is, and as disgusting as his behavior is, in my opinion, the overall reasoning was he snapped, lost his shit, and murdered two people brutally. Is that the same as somebody who kills somebody for money? In a court of law, it's not, because a crime of passion is given, usually not even a murder one, usually a murder two. But with him, with the hat and the glove, obviously there was some calculation to it as well. So it should have been murder one. But this is a different situation because this is guy fucking flipping out. And personally, what I think happened is he was in his house, he saw her there, saw them, got pissed, threw on the hat and gloves, and went a-cutting. Okay. So, what's your point, Ollie? It's a horrible crime. It's public interest, sure. But is it really? Is it really? Why are we so hyper-focused on the murder of these two people? We should be, and that's not to denigrate their memory, and they died horribly. Didn't deserve any of that. But we are so easy to sit here and make O.J. Simpson the greatest demon ever. And he is a demon, and he is awful. But at the same time, we are going to pity John McCain and his brain cancer. When you consider the hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children that are dead at the hands of decisions and illegal shit at the hands of John McCain, and not only John McCain, you can name your politician. John McCain, Hillary Clinton, Ted Kennedy, it don't matter. You see, O.J. Simpson is nothing more than the baby boomer generation and the narcissistic media distracting you. Hey, here, remember this, here's your demon, and it's easy to make him a demon. It's easy because he murdered two people. He murdered his wife, mother of his children, and boyfriend and lies about it, laughs. He's the OJ. He's the OJ. Yeah, it's terrible, media. And you showing wall-to-wall coverage of OJ. Well, what about the media's responsibility for the deaths in this world? The media, but they get to stand there and point out, use OJ as a shield. And he's an easy shield because it is so horrific. It is so horrific, and it's an easy one. But if you don't look past the easy ones, the OJs, if you don't look into what really happened and what's really going on with OJ Simpson, we're the ones that get damaged ultimately in the end. Because you know what? OJ Simpson isn't going to do anything that's going to affect my or your life one bit, unless for some goddamn reason we choose to interact with OJ Simpson. Get into his. These people, when he got locked up in Vegas, these are people who knew who OJ was, knew what he's accused of and what he did, and they actively decide to get involved with him. I have no pity for you at this point. If at this point you don't know who or what OJ Simpson is, there's no saving you. I can't worry about you because you're making the decision to involve yourself with someone like that. These politicians and this media involves themselves in our lives, makes decisions that can kill every one of us, whether it be going to war or selling guns during Fast and Furious or not enforcing a border and having illegal immigrants coming in and killing American citizens horrifically, lighting them on fire. Why isn't there wall-to-wall coverage on the kids in Texas that got lit on fire and raped by illegal immigrants, huh? Is that worse than what OJ did? I think it's pretty much on par. But OJ gets the media attention. Why? Because A, he was a baby boomer icon, and they think he's more relevant than he is. Because, like I've told you, with a baby boomer, everything they find relevant is what's supposed to be relevant. And to hell with you. OJ Simpson is a baby boomer icon. It had nothing to do with Gen Xers, millennials. We don't give a fuck. Like for Gen X, it was fun to watch and it was funny, but we had no real connection to OJ Simpson. He wasn't some kind of icon. Okay, maybe if like Peyton Manning goes out and kills his wife and her boyfriend, okay, Gen X will have a little bit more of a connection, but I guarantee you he wouldn't get the attention that OJ got. And obviously there was a lot of racial tension. There was a lot of other things that the media, the left in general, could use to stir up tensions. OJ, double murder. And you think what was going on in the 90s and up until then. Hyper-focused on OJ. Meanwhile, Al-Qaeda's building up. 6 years later, our towers are falling. 3,000 Americans are killed because we have a media hyper-focused on OJ. Of course, it should have been reported. Of course, it was a story of interest, but wall-to-wall coverage. And when you consider them breaking into wall-to-wall coverage now, when supposedly our president is a Russian agent and is possibly going to be executed for treason. These are narcissistic. This is nothing more than narcissistic tactics. This is just like when you're a narcissist, when you try to call them on their bullshit, them dragging out shit. Say, see, this and this and this and this. And this is a baby boomer distraction. Like I said, I had to really kind of stop and think and bring myself back to 1994 when that was all going on. And I'll tell you this. My opinion, the baby boomers wanted him to walk. I mean, it wasn't even so much. And I've said this before. I mean, obviously, we have racial divisions in this country that I think has been perpetrated by the left in the media and the baby boomer generation. I remember where I was when the verdict was read. I was a fireman then. I was on the fire department, and me, one of the deputy chiefs, Greco, Tony, the lieutenant of the rescue, Joe Taylor, and I was secretary of the rescue. We went to lunch at this place in North Bergen to watch the verdict, and it was an older crowd. Now Joe was maybe 3 years older than I was. I was 22, 23 at the time. He was 25. The assistant chief was in his mid to late 30s, maybe 40. Maybe it was 41. It might have been 41. It might have been the same age as my father at the time. My father was like 43. My father was actually like my age. So they were all like my age at the time. And it was mostly white guys in the bar. And when the verdict was read, all the baby boomers that the Chiefs age cheered. And I remember me and Joe looked at each other. We're like, whoa. And then I remembered. During I had to go back to remembering before the trial, like during the trial. And if you remember, there were shows called like OJ Today, where Geraldo had an hour-long show. I mean, there were dedicated. It was like CNN became a dedicated network to OJ. E Entertain. I mean, it was crazy watching that. I mean, it was a great reality. Meet Normus, Bunny Rabbit, my father. Oh, did he love Johnny Cochran? Oh, if it don't fit, you must have quit. This is just if I'm O.J. Simpson and I put a hat on, I'm just O.J. Simpson in a hat. Oh, my father was so happy O.J. got off. And it makes me laugh because it's just nothing more than pure misogyny from my father, my own, his own hatred of women that he then would try to come on here and project onto me that, oh, I just hate women. Like, no, dude. You were defending the OJ. You were like, if it don't fit, you must have quit. Even my mother thought he was guilty, and he like, ha, I probably got what you wanted. He would make all these aggressive, yeah, put that bitch in her place. Oh. And that's the projection overall, because I think a lot of them were like that. And that's where this need to show it comes again, because they're thinking everybody thinks like that. No, dudes, that's your generation. Yeah, it's entertaining and it's funny to watch, but nobody else thought that but you guys. Nobody else thought that. The misogyny and the projection that guy puts on me here. And I have to think, and it's funny, that's why I like doing this is helpful in watching these videos, because you don't know what's going to spark a memory. So I do a stupid OJ video because I got kind of annoyed the other day, and it just stuck in my craw. Nancy's like, sends me this and it just it just clicked. This, like, I woke up and I'm like, it's the baby boomers. That's what it is. It's like, and eventually you're going to connect these dots. If you keep talking about it and keep digging, you're going to shake these memories loose and they're going to make sense. They're going to make sense. I'm like, what is it, though? What is it about Nicole that would have said to my father, yeah, she deserved it. Yeah, she got what she deserved. Oh, she had a boyfriend after a divorce. Huh. Shit. So she had a boyfriend after a divorce, and the proper penalty was to cut her fucking head off. Gee, I guess I was getting off light with you just trying to have me thrown in prison. Thrown in jail, right? And you wonder why I had to go? But this is what the media pushes, okay? O.J. Simpson is nothing more than a baby boomer media distraction. Their narcissism, the gaslighting, the what applies to me doesn't apply to you is everywhere in this. Everywhere. And when you consider the amount of deaths some of these politicians are responsible for, these monsters, even the corporations, these pharmaceutical companies, and we're going to spend days on O.J. Simpson. That's your narcissistic media, led by the narcissistic baby boomer generation that just won't go the fuck away. They are who they've always been. Most of them just fucked up in the head. Fucked up in the head. Projecting their own crazy thoughts, their own toxicity onto everyone else. Thinking, well, I think this way. This must be how everybody thinks. It isn't. It isn't. That's why the media goes after Trump the way they do about the Russia thing and the collusion, because they were colluding. So they're figuring, well, if we've always been colluding, they weren't. Again, you want to know the collusion? You want to know who was working with Russia? Just look who's making the accusations, and the answer's right there. The one constant you will always have is the narcissist, whether it's in your life, in the media, in politics, is going to accuse you of what they are doing because they believe everybody thinks and does the same as them. So, thank you, Nancy Beth, for the support and the contribution. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Leave your opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who can't afford one, or you just want to sponsor the channel in general, which is always great. Need equipment, keep the lights on, watch the channel grow so I can produce more and more content. That is always awesome as well because I always need it. You know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And remember, this channel is supported 100% by contributions from all of you. Without you, this dies. If you're still unclear what to do, wait for the instructional video link to pop up on the screen at the end of this video to walk you through all of that. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Praise Kekistan.